Hey guys! So I haven't done a story time on my channel for quite some time now, and I thought of this really funny story that happened to me a while back, like a really long time ago, and it was too funny not to share in a video, so I thought I would go ahead and share it with you all. Now, it is on the shorter side, so if this is a little bit shorter of a video, that's the reason why, but I still wanted to share with you guys anyways. This story time took place back in about 2nd grade, and I was around 6 or 7 at the time that this had happened. Now, when I was a little kid, for some reason, I got pleasure out of lying to my friends just about everything. Like, say for example, they seen a new toy in a magazine or something, I'd be like, oh, well, I already have that at home. And they'd be like, oh, well, why don't you bring it next time and show it to me? I'd be like, oh, well, I lost it, or something like that. You know, like, I don't know what I got out of it, but for some reason, I just lied about everything when I was a kid. And I definitely think that I've matured since then. I mean, you do some pretty dumb things when you're a kid, but I've definitely learned from them, and I'm pretty proud to say that I feel like I'm a much more honest person now. I wouldn't lie over silly things. I wouldn't lie about anything now, so I just wanted to throw that out there because I don't want anyone to think that, like, I'm still this way, you know, because this was such a long time ago. So I had this friend named Sarah who I'm sure she wouldn't mind me telling her name because we're still friends to this day, and sometimes she watches my videos. And we were like best friends back in the day. Like, we were so close. We talked every single day on the phone after school, and we would hang out all the time and play together, and we were literally inseparable. So I was like a big fan of music back in the day. I would literally like line all my stuffed animals up on my bed and pretend like my floor was a stage and get a hairbrush and pretend like I was singing into it to the audience, which was my stuffed animals. I was pretty obsessed. I listened to pretty much everything. And one of those singers that I listened to was Christina Aguilera, which if you grew up in the 90s, then you know her music was very popular back in the day. And so one night I decided, you know, I don't know why, I got this bright idea chime into my head that I should tell Sarah that I'm secretly a rock star and that I secretly have my own album. And Sarah, being her gullible, poor little kid self, believed me on this. And every single night I would call her and I would sing to her my hit song, Genie in a Bottle. When really, my singing to her was actually just my Christina Aguilera CD spinning around in my pink Hello Kitty boombox, blasting through the phone. What I really can't wrap my mind around now is how I expected her to believe that a 6 to 7 year old child can sound like a complete grown woman. Like, that makes no sense. How can a kid whose voice isn't even fully developed yet, you know, sound like that? You know, I mean, I know that there are circumstances where there are young children who can sound like adults and they sing very well and they're very talented, but for me that just was not the case when I was younger. Like, Sarah and me had been friends since 1st grade. I know that this was just like a year after. She never heard me sing like that before, so I don't know how she believed me, but we were little kids at the time. And as I said, you do some pretty dumb things when you're young. So one day, I decided maybe I should give Sarah a copy of this album that I talked to her about every night on the phone. And I asked her about it, and she was like, oh my god, that would be so cool. Yes, please do that. So, I took my Christina Aguilera CD, I popped it back into the case, I took her pictures and like the lyrics to the songs and stuff out of the case, and guess what I did? You guys, I scotch taped a school photo of myself on the front of that case. It wasn't even a good photo of me, okay? It was a really bad photo of me. I think I was wearing like a lime green Scooby-Doo shirt in the picture. Okay. The next day I brought it to Sarah. I gave it to her at school and she took it home and everything was fine and dandy. And for such a long time, Sarah believed this lie that, you know, I was a rock star, that I had a secret album and it was just mine and her little secret. Until one day. So see, what had happened after she brought this CD home was her mom placed it in the computer to play it for her when the name Christina Aguilera came up on the computer. So the next day at school, she comes to me and she's like,
Melanie, you're a liar.
I don't know if she said it exactly like that because it was such a long time ago, but she was like,
Melanie, you're a liar. That was not you singing on that CD.
And I'm like, what are you talking about? That was me. That was my album. That was my hit song. You know, that was me singing. And she was like,
no, you're lying because my mom popped it into the computer last night and the name Christina Aguilera came up on the computer.
So I knew at that point that the lie had gone on too far. The truth had came out. And she knew that I was lying about the entire thing. So yeah, and how she continued to stay friends with me after, you know, I lied to her in such a way is beyond me. But as I said before, we were pretty much inseparable when we were kids. We were so close, and you know, you just do some dumb things when you're a kid and you forgive your friends whenever they do stuff like that and you move on. But I do have to say that she's such a good friend because she's still friends with me till this day and she still remembers this story because she has brought it up before. So Sarah, if you're watching, comment and let me know if you remember all of this and, you know, what you were really thinking, because I don't know for sure if she actually believed me. She sounded as if she did. You know, I don't know for sure because she could have just said that she believed me, but deep down she knew that I was lying about it. So yeah, let me know what you think. Once again, I would just like to say that I am not this way anymore. I'm a very honest person and I wouldn't lie about something silly like that. So please do not think of me any differently because of this story. I just thought it was really funny. Something that happened when I was a kid, and you can learn from my mistakes. Don't lie to your friends. Don't lie at all. It may be funny at first, but the truth will always come out in the end, okay? So always be honest and truthful. Yeah, also, I apologize if you hear like running water or like just weird noises in the background. The washer's going in the room next door, so yeah. But there's my little story time for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a big old thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you have not already and become a morbid maniac. And feel free to leave me a comment and let me know, have you ever done something like this to your friends when you were a little kid, or done something this ridiculous when you were a child? I would love to know. And what do you think of this whole like story? What would you do if your friend came up to you and told you that they were secretly a rock star and that they had their own album? Because I probably would not believe my friend and just think that they're freaking crazy. So yeah, let me know what you do, and I will see you guys in my next video.
Very inappropriate for a 7-year-old to be listening to.